He said, Donovan, what the fuck? I was like, what are you talking about? Why are you reopening old wounds and da-da-da-da-da-da? We had a shouting match. We had a shouting match. And in the end, Kevin says, Donovan, I can't swim with you anymore. He said this to me. He said, I can't swim with you anymore. He said, we're still friends. These were, and it sucks that I have to admit this, but Kevin's last words to me were, we're still friends, but for me, no mas. And he hung up the phone. That's the last time I ever talked to Kevin Samuels. And I know I told guys, and listen, I lied to you guys. I did. The reason I lied to you guys is because I didn't want anybody to speak poorly about Kevin. Yeah, there were grumblings of this and that, but, you know, I told you guys that Kevin kept me in the loop and that Kevin didn't do any of that stuff, man. Kevin didn't do any of that stuff. As soon as Kevin hit 150,000 subscribers, he never really had anything to do with me again. Not on the air anyway. Right? The last time I had him on the air, I think he had 150-something thousand subscribers. He never came on the show again. He never had me on the show again. He never shouted me out on his show. He shouted out Obsidian, who does nothing but who spent 3 years bad mouthing me. He shouted out O'Shea on his show, who does nothing who did a bunch of shit talking about me. But he wouldn't shout me out. It's not like, and listen, man, Kevin didn't know me anything. He didn't know me anything. But goddamn, man. Like Kevin, like I'm the guy who had Kevin Samuels on the most. I am the channel that Kevin Samuels appeared on the most, and it's not close. It's not close. The very first time I had Kevin Samuels on was 4 years ago. He's been on my platform 47 times. Nobody else can say that. Nobody else can say that. But as soon as he started getting DMs from Brittany Renner and Cam Newton and Future, that was it. He forgot all about me, man. And that shit hurts, man. That shit, oh my God, dude. That hurts. It really fucking hurts. It fucking hurts, man. And like I said, I didn't expect anything in return from Kevin. But I didn't expect him to try to turn me against one of my closest friends because of some personal vendetta. Because think about this. So let's say that I foolishly decide to do the whole, publicly disputing Myron Gaines. Now, Myron and Fresh won't have anything to do with me. Kevin is off doing videos with Future, making appearances on ATL. Where does that leave me? Nobody. I'm a man without a fucking island. Man, I flew Kevin out here. Anyway, man. Kevin's not a bad dude, guys. He's really not. We all have our frailties. We all have our weaknesses. We all have some shit with us. Like, I get it. But one thing, you can say what you want about Myron Gaines. You can say whatever you want about him, man. But that dude is ride or fucking die. That dude is ride or die. I talk to Myron every other day. This dude's about to hit 1 million fucking subscribers. Myron is friends with celebrities, Adam22, Tekashi69, George. I mean, he rubs elbows with the who's who of who's who. He still calls me, man. We still text back and forth. 800,000 plus subscribers. And he still treats me like a friend. I didn't hear much of anything from Kevin after he hit 150. So that's the real story. That's the real story. That's what happened with that's what happened with the Kevin Samuels, Myron Gaines situation. It was a bad deal. It was a bad deal. It really was. And and it sucks because it hurt when Kevin died, man. But I'm going to tell you what, dude. It hurt to see him shouting out and, giving people, like, dude, he'd go on these huge podcasts, Vlad TV, and talk about one of the most influential men is Obsidian. And I'm like, dude, like, Obsidian had you on his channel 3 times, man. Like, dude, I flew you out. I put you up in a hotel, man. I gave you a platform when nobody knew who the fuck you were. But this dude Obsidian, who clearly is hating on me, any chance he get, he's talking shit about me, and you want to shout him out? But then you don't want to say anything about me? And I lied to you guys. I said, Kevin, I lied to you guys, Kevin, and I told you guys, Kevin wanted to shout me out, but I told him, please don't do it. It was never like that. It was never like that at all, man. It was never like that at all. Kevin never had an intention. He never had any intention on shouting me out. God forbid Kevin Samuels admit that he's friends with Donovan Sharpe. All right? So the one regret that I have, man, I've got many, many regrets. I do. I've got many, 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 many regrets. But one of my great regrets was not going on blind instinct when I saw that Aben Preach video come right up here and fucking cook those. I should have done that straight away. I allowed a man who was older and wiser and smarter than me, I allowed him to manipulate me for his own purposes. Does this mean Kevin Samuels was a bad guy? Of course not. Kevin Samuels, he was and always will be one of my best friends. But that was fucked up. That was fucked up. He was not thinking about me in that situation. He was only thinking about himself. He made me think that he was looking out for himself. He made me think that he was looking out for me. He wasn't looking out for me. No. He wanted Myron and Fresh gone so that he could own the 10 o'clock hour. This dude almost had me sever one of my longest standing and most trusted relationships so that he could own a slot. And it damn near cost me my friendship with Myron. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. So there you have it. There you have it. That's the whole story, man. Dude, that is the whole story. I mean, that's the story verbatim. Maybe some of the phone conversations, maybe had 1 or 2 words off. That's how these phone calls went, man. That's how these phone calls went. Kevin decided to pick a fight with Myron and Fresh because he was on his way up, and Myron and Fresh represented a speed bump, even though they had both been streaming at the same time for about the same time. And in the end, as soon as Kevin saw an opportunity, when now all of a sudden, Aben Preach are above reproach. Everything they say is gospel now that they're speaking out against Myron and Fresh.